In this video, I'll show you how you can be able to create header and footer using Elementor free. So after watching this video, this is the header that you're going to get. So you're going to get something like this, a very beautiful sticky header over here, just like this one. And then also you're going to get this footer that you see down below over here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can be able to create this beautiful footer and then this beautiful header also over here. So if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video so that whenever we drop a video, you'll be able to come over here and watch. Hello everyone, my name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now let's get into the video. So this is the website that I'm going to create this header and footer on. So as you can see over here, this is how the footer looks like and this is how the header also looks like. Now to be able to create this header and footer, make sure that you have Elementor installed, okay, because we're going to use Elementor free version for this header and footer. Now we also install some other plugins and that is what we're going to do right now. So head over to your dashboard over here and then go to plugins, hover on plugins over here and then click on add new. Now we're going to install some 3 plugins. We need to, first of all, like I told you, make sure that you have Elementor installed, and then we are going to also install Elementor header footer builder. Okay, so just make sure that you search for Elementor header and footer builder plugin. Alright guys, so this is the plugin that we're going to install, Elementor header and footer builder. Okay, so make sure that you have this plugin installed. Now as you can see, it is very popular plugin, 1 million plus active installation with 5-star rating. So make sure that you have this plugin installed. So just click on install now, and then I'm also going to install another plugin, which is what, essential add-ons. So we're also going to install essential add-ons for Elementor, this particular plugin over here. Make sure that you have that one also installed and activated. But we're not going to activate it now. We just install it and then later on we'll activate all of them together. And then the last one is also sticky header for Elementor. Alright guys, so sticky header effects for Elementor. This is the one that we're going to install, sticky header effects for Elementor. So make sure that you have this one also installed. So we're going to click on install now to install it. Alright, so now that we have all of the 3 plugins installed, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to plugins over here. So installed plugins, we'll go to install plugins and then we're going to activate all of them, all the plugins that we installed. So I'm going to take this one, and then the sticky header for sticky header effect for Elementor, and then I'll click on bulk actions and then click on activate, and then I'll click on apply. Alright, so this is essential add-ons for Elementor. I'm just going to click on next, and then next, and then I think basically that is all. So I'll click on next over here and then I'll say no thanks, and then we've installed activated essential add-ons. Now let's go to the plugins and then see all the plugins that we installed and see if all of them have been successfully installed. So as you can see, we have Elementor header and footer builder installed, essential add-ons for Elementor installed, and then also sticky header effects for Elementor also installed. So these are the 3 plugins that we need to be able to create this beautiful header and footer over here. So of course, you don't need all the 3, you just need the header and footer. But then if you want to make it like a sticky over here, then you need to add on the sticky header effect for Elementor also. So basically these are the 3 plugins that we need to install. So now to be able to create your header, now we're going to start from header first. To be able to create your header, you need to have menus also prepared. So I've gone ahead to create some menus. So if you go to appearance over here and then you click on menus over here, you should be able to create your own menu based on the pages that you've created for the website, or even if you have external links or custom links, you can be able to use it. So I have 2 menus. I have the mobile menu and then I have the primary menu, which I will use for the header, and then this one will be on the mobile side. Okay, so these are the 2 menus that I've prepared. So I didn't want the tutorial to be long. That is why I've gone ahead to just create the menus for this tutorial. So I have my menu set up now. To be able to create the header, all what I need to do is to go to appearance over here, and then you see that we have Elementor header and footer builder. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one over here, and then I'll be able to create my header or footer that I want. So the first one that I want to do is to create my header. Okay, so I'm going to click on add new over here, and then I'll say you can either decide to skip this one or just continue. So I'm just going to skip this one, and then go ahead and then just give my header a name. Okay, so I'm going to give it the main header. So I'm going to say main header over here, and then I'll come over here, and then you see it says what type of template. So what kind of template are we creating? We are creating a header template. So we're going to click over here and then select header. Okay, so we select header. Now that we have selected header, it will ask us where do we want to place the header. So we want it to be on the entire website. Now of course you can create a single header, or for archives, or for a particular page, anything, any kind of header that you want to create. But I want to create it on the entire website, the entire website. Now also user roles, so you can select the user roles that can be able to see this particular header. Okay, but then I'm just going to skip this one, or I'll just say all, so everybody can be able to see. So maybe you want to prepare, or you want to create a header for logged in user and then logged out user. You can be able to use this one to be able to make sure that whenever a user is logged in, they will see your header, and whenever a user is logged out, they see a different kind of header. But then I want everybody to see this header, so I'll say all, and then I think that is basically all. And then if you want to enable layout for Elementor canvas, you can be able to do so. So after filling in these details, all what we need to do is to click on publish over here. All right, so at the moment we click on publish, sorry, at the moment we click on publish over here. Now if you go over here and then we refresh the website, let's see what happens. You see that we don't have any header again. Why don't we have a header? Basically because we don't have anything on the header. We just created the header, and then there is no header to be assigned to this one. So to be able to create that particular header, we need to click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so we're going to click on edit with Elementor to create the header that we want, to create this beautiful header that you see over here. All right guys, so this is Elementor. For those of you who haven't used Elementor before, this is how Elementor interface looks like. Now it's just a drag and drop page builder, or a builder, website builder that you can be able to use to create any kind of templates or any kind of website that you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is these are the widgets or elements that we have on Elementor, and this is the space that you can be able to create whatever you want to create. So you drag in and you drop over here. Okay, and that is what we're going to do. So we're going to use a container. For those of you who are new to the container, Elementor have phased out the the sessions and now using containers. So we will use container. Okay, the layout to be basically a container. So we're going to just drop in one container over here, and then as you can see we have one container over here. Okay, so we can just have one container, or you can just decide to close this one and click on this particular one over here, and then you can decide to either use whatever kind of structure that you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's say we want a 2-column container. Okay, so we can use this one, or if you want a 4-column container, we can also use. So let me just pick this 4-column container over here. So I'm going to just pick this 4-column container, and then the first one will be our logo, this one will be our menu, and then this one and this one is going to be our buttons. Okay, so as you can see over here, so we have our logo, our menu, and then our buttons over here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So we can either decide to do it this way, or we can come over here. Okay, close this one, come over here, and then just use a 2-column container over here. And then what we can do is we can drag in we can just change the size of this particular one over here, and then change, also drag in some two containers over here. Okay, so like for instance, let me show you how what I mean. So over here, I want to use a logo over here. So I want to make this particular size, or this particular container width, I want to change it to, let's say, 20%. Okay, so or maybe 15%. So let's say I want to make it like a 15%. Okay, so I want to make it like 15%, and I'll come over here also, and then make this one 85%, so that it will pick the whole page over here. Okay, so this one is 15, this one is 85. I'll come over here and then just search for site logo. Okay, so just search for site logo. Okay, so as you can see, this is what site logo over here. Drag in the site logo over here, and you're going to see this particular logo. Okay, so if this is your site logo, fine. You can also decide to not use the site logo, all right? But let's say I want to delete this one. I can come and then just add an image over here. Okay, and then just add the logo that I want to add over there. So let's say I want to add a new logo. I can decide to upload file over here, click on select files, and then just go over to this place, pick this particular logo. So maybe this is what I want to use. Okay, this is what I want to use. I can just click over here, and then I'm going to have this logo beautifully over here. So if I want to link it, I can just link it to a custom link over here, and then maybe I will search for the home page of the website. So I'll just say home over here, and then it's going to be my website home page. Okay, and that is it. So whoever clicks on this one, it will take them back to the home page, and that is it. So we are done with this one. Now over here, what we're going to do is we can decide to, or we have to divide it into 4. Okay, so we have to divide this particular one into 4. Now to be able to do that, we're going to drag a container inside this particular one, and then divide a container into 4. Okay, so we're going to duplicate the container. Before we even do that, let me just click on this one, and then I'm going to change this one. Is it this one? Let me see. Yeah, so I'm going to click on this one. Yeah, now I'm going to change this one to what, to this one, so that it will be on the horizontal row. Okay, so the row is going to be like a horizontal. Okay, so if it is over here, it's a vertical column. Okay, but we want it to be on a horizontal row, and that is this one. So I'm going to duplicate this one also again, and then I'll duplicate this one also again. So I'm going to have 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 4, but I want these two ones to be small. Oh, I want it to be 3. Okay, not 4. So I'm going to delete 1. So I want these two to be to be small, and then this one should take up a little bit of space. So maybe from this side to this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come over here. Okay, then instead of box, I'm going to change it to full width over here, and then I'm going to make it like maybe like a 15. Okay, so let me just say, yeah, 15 is quite okay. I'll come over here also, and then instead of box, I'm going to change it to full width, and then make it 15 also over here. So I'm going to have 1 2. Okay, and then so if 15 15 15 is 30 plus another 15 is what, 45. Okay, so meaning that the one left is what we're going to play around it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So over here also, so if this one is 15 15, we're going to leave this one as it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to add my menus to it. So I'm going to search for navigation. All right, so I'm going to search for navigation, and as you can see, I have this navigation over here, and then I also have this navigation over here. Okay, now you can choose this one or this one, but I'm going to use the simple one from Essential Add-ons. So I'm going to just drag in this one over here, and that is exactly what I want. So as you can see, very nicely designed, you know, um, very nicely designed what do you call it, menu. Okay, now I'm going to change this one to preset 3, and then I'm going to change this one also to primary menu. All right, so this is the primary menu, and this is the preset 2 or 3. Okay, so you can decide to go on and on about it. Now over here I'm going to add buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for buttons, and then drag this one to here, and then I can, you know, just change whatever I want to change. So I want to say this one is what, account, or maybe contact. Okay, so let's say this one is, let's say account, and then I'm just going to copy this one and then paste it over here, and then I'm going to make sure that this one is also, this one is what, this one is contact. All right, so basically this is how it's going to be like. So without styling it, without doing it anything, this is how it looks like. Okay, but we want to style it so that it looks perfectly nicely like this one over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we want to click on over here, or first of all, let's click on this particular one, and then position everything or align everything in the center. Okay, so that all of them will be, you know, in the middle or in the center. Okay, so basically like this ones that you see over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove, you know, the how do you call it, I'm going to remove the spacing that is around this one, the everything over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to advanced. So I'll click on this edit container over here, go to it advanced, and then the padding, I'm just going to what, you know, remove the padding and margin. Okay, the same thing applies to this ones over here. So I'm going to click on this one, go to it advanced, remove its padding and then its margin also. Then I'll go over here, go to it advanced, and then just remove its padding and then margin also. So basically everything is what fall in place. Then I'll click on this particular thing and also align it in center. Okay, so as you can see, everything is what now aligning in center very nicely. So now that we have this one done, I'm going to click on this one, and then instead of box over here, I'm going to change it to full width. Okay, so now let's see how the full width looks like. So that's taking all the full width of what, of the page, and that is what we're going to do. So now we need to what, style it. Okay, we need to style the whole header, the whole header. Okay, so what we will do is let me see how this one, now this one looks a little bit, you know, not bigger. This one is big, this one is a little bit smaller. Okay, so we can increase the size of the container. So we can go over here, and then instead of 15 we can make it like a 25. Okay, so that it will take a little bit space. Yes, as you can see, it has taken a little bit of what, space. Now we can go ahead and then style the whole header itself. So let's look at how this one looks like. So we have a white background. Okay, just have a white background. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, click on this one, go to its style over here, and then the background, we can either make it transparent over here so that you don't see any background, or you can just make it what, white. Okay, so basically I think the transparent is quite okay for me. And then if you want to give it a border also, you can decide to what give it what a border. Okay, if you want to give it a shadow, you can do that, and that is it. Now if you go to the this one is the main menu, right? Yeah, so if you go to, let's say, the top level items, okay, you can also decide to change the color of those top level icons. So if you want the divider and all those things, you can do so. If you want to change, you know, the text color, okay, so you can what you can do so. So let's say I'm going to use this is violet over here for the text color. So this one is going to be one this one. So as you can see that the text color has what has changed. Okay, and then the background color also, you can decide to what to change it. So when somebody hovers on it, you want the text color to be white. Okay, so for instance, if somebody hover, this is how I want it to be like. Okay, so basically I think this one is quite okay. Now of course you can decide to change the typography to any kind of font that you want. Now if you look at this website is a preschool or KG kindergarten website. Okay, so because it is a kindergarten website, the font is what a fancy kind of like font. Okay, depicting the kind of fun that children really have on the website. Now of course I am working on dropping this whole website video so that you learn how to create a KG or a preschool website. Okay, so I'll drop this video within next week or this week. I'm still preparing on it, I'm still working on it, and I'll drop the video. So if you're watching this video in the future, I'll leave a link in the description so that you can be able to go and watch how I created this beautiful preschool website over here. Now let's continue with what we are doing. Now of course, if you are new over here, please subscribe to the channel for us. Now as you can see, we are heading to 10,000 subscribers, and today we are in December, and December 2023, the year is ending, and we're going to end the year with 10,000 subscribers. Okay, so be part of this community, and subscribe to join this channel. Now let's continue. So now that we have we've set up our style our menu. Okay, so now let's go ahead and then also go and style our what do you call it, our buttons. Okay, so with the buttons over here, I'm going to click over here, now go to style over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color. So with this one, I don't want any color. Okay, so I'm just going to make it like a transparent color over here, and then with the text, I'm going to give it that that color over here, and then I want a border. Okay, so I'm going to give it a solid border, and then I'm going to give it solid border of 1, and then I don't want any border radius, so I'm going to remove that border radius, and then the border color, I'm going to give it this color also, the violet color. So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now let's go to the next one over here. So with this one, what we're going to do is we're also going to go to its style over here, and then what we are going to do is this color, we're going to change it to the violet color. Okay, and we're going to give it a solid border of 1. Okay, and then we also want to remove the border radius, so there is no border radius. So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so as you can see, it looks beautifully designed like this one. Okay, now we have our header. Now I want to increase this font a little bit, so I'll go over here and then go to the top level. Okay, and then the typography, I'm going to just leave it at, let me just change it to Poppins. Okay, so I'm going to change it to Poppins, and then yeah, I want to increase the size to 17, yeah, which is quite okay. All right, so as you can see, yeah, this is quite okay. Okay, so I think I will also reduce or change the size of this one from 25 to 20. Okay, yeah, so I'm kind of like okay with how it looks like. Now the next one that we have to do is, now if you look at this header have what, it's having, a line beneath the header. Okay, and that is exactly what we want it to be. So we want a line beneath the header. So I'm going to click over here and then go to let me go to advanced. Okay, and then no, let me go to style over here. Okay, and I'll go to border. So as you can see, this is how the border looks like. So I want to just give it a solid border of, let's say, 2. Okay, but I don't want a top border, I just want a bottom border. So I'm going to remove unlink the values over here and then give this one 0, give this one 0, and then also give this one 0, so that I'm just going to get a bottom border. Okay, so basically this is how it will look like. Now let's go over here and then change the color to our color that we are using. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Very, very nice. So it's looking similar to this particular header over here. Okay, now the next one that we want to do is we want to make the header sticky. So to make the header sticky, remember the plugin that we installed, okay, which is the sticky header effect for Elementor. So we're gonna go over here. What we will do is we will click on this particular sign, 3 or 6 dots over here. Okay, so this one, edit container, 6 dots over here. Click on it, and then we'll take you to the place to edit the container. Now go to it advanced, scroll down over here, and then click on sticky header effect. So we're gonna click on this one, and then all what we need to do is to enable it. So now that we've enabled it, now of course you can enable it on the desktop, tablet, and mobile. Okay, depending on how you want it. And then the scroll distance. So after 60 pixels, it have to be what, sticky. Okay, and that is it. Now also transparent header. So of course, if you want a transparent header, you can choose it. And then also if you want a background header, you can also choose. Now what I mean by a background header is, you see when I scroll, what happens, there is a background over here. Okay, and that is what we're going to choose. So we're going to choose the background header, and we're going to place it on, and then we will set color for it. So let's try and then set color for it. So let's say we want to set this color for it, and if you scroll, you're going to see it. So let me just give let's say I want to give, let me come over here, and then yeah, and then so if I scroll over here, I'm supposed to see the header. Now I don't see the header because this is a header builder, and it wouldn't really work over here. Now what I will be able to do is of course, let me just come over here. Now since this is a header, I want to put it on top. Okay, so just click on this one and then go to it advanced, and then what we want to do is we want to go to Z index over here. Now I'm going to put it like 100. Okay, so I'm going to update it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove this. Let me come over here. Okay, so I'm going to remove this container. Okay, so let me just remove this container over here, delete this one, and then update this one and go to the main page and see if the header is working over there. So I'm refreshing it. Yes, so guys, as you can see, this is the header over here, and if I scroll, you can see I have the sticky header effect nicely done over here. Okay, so you're not supposed to copy everything I'm doing over here. You just have to use the skills that I'm using it to do whatever I'm doing over here. So some people might want to copy your brand colors, your everything, but you don't need to do that. So as you can see, this color over here doesn't match this particular website. Okay, so make sure that it matches your website. I'm just trying to replicate what I did over here, so that you know that you can use Elementor free to also design a header and then the footer. Now of course we've done the desktop header. You need to make sure that the header is responsive, mobile responsive. Okay, so what we have to do is make the header mobile responsive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one. So, or you can decide to just duplicate this particular one. I want to duplicate this one over here. So if I duplicate this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete these two things over here. I'm going to delete them. All right, so and then this one I'm going to change so this is the mobile one, so I'm going to change the menu to mobile menu. So as you can see, with the mobile menu is a lot. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I will just hide the top one from mobile and then tablet. So I'm going to go over here, go to advanced, okay, and then come over here to responsive mode. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hide it on mobile portrait, tablet portrait, hide it on mobile portrait. Okay, so that is it. And then with this one also, I'll click on this one, go to it advanced, come over here to responsive, and then I'll say hide it on desktop. So you see, with on the desktop you can't see it. Okay, but if you go to mobile, you'll be able to see. So let's go to the responsive mode, and then let's hide this one over here. And as you can see, if I click over here, I'm going to see the mobile side. Okay, and that is exactly what we want. Okay, so now let's try and then edit it to suit what we want. So this is how it looks like, meaning that this one is too big. So what we can do is we want it to be placed on two the same kind of like the same line. Okay, the same row. Okay, so that's exactly what we want to do. So what I'll do is I'll come over here, click on this one, change this one to percentage, and then make this one like 50%. Okay, the same thing, I'm going to click on this one, change this one to percentage, make sure that it is on full width, and then change it to 50. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. So it's going to be something like this. Now of course you can change the color to match your brand. So if I click over here and I go to style, okay, I can click on the hamburger menu over here, and then I can change the background to the background that we want. And as you can see, it matches our website. Now if I click on this one, this is how it's going to look like. So you can go ahead and then edit it anyhow you want it. Okay, so that is how you can be able to create this kind of menu. So use this place to edit it. Okay, so with the drop down and then the background and all those kind of stuff, you can use this place to edit all of them. Okay, so if you want to change the text colors, you can be able to change it. So these are the items over here. Now the background, you can change it. Okay, so these are also the icon. So if you have any icon for it, you can be able to change it. Now let's say the text color over here, so let's say we want to make it white. Okay, as you can see, you can make it white. And then if you want to change the background, so let's say we want to change the background to to this color, we can also change the background to this particular color. Okay, and that is it. Now let's see, you can just go ahead and then do all sort of how do you even call it, all sort of like styling that you want. Okay, so let me go over here and then go to hamburger settings over here. Now, as you can see, you can even use full screen for it, okay, depending on how you want it. So let me click over here, and this is how you're going to see it. And then you can place it in the middle, anyhow you want it, okay. So depending on how you want it, and that is it. So you can also go over here, and then just the breakpoint that you want it to be, you can change it, okay. So basically that is it. So let's go to style over here, and then let's go to the hamburger menu. Now of course you can decide to give it a padding or give it any kind of styling that you want. Depends on you. Everything depends on you, how you want to design it. So design it the way you want it using this options over here, and then you are good to go. So we have our header set up, and that is how you can be able to create a header using this Elementor free version. And then all what we need to do is to just click on update over here. Now that we've updated it, now this is how it's going to be like. So let's go over here and then just refresh it. You're going to see that we have our header, okay. So let's say I'm going to just try to view it in the mobile side, and as you can see, this is how it looks like, okay. So very nicely designed what kind of header, okay, and that is it. So now that we have our header, now let's look at how we can be able to create a footer using this same method, okay. So to be able to create our footer, I'm going to exit this place. So I'm going to go over here and then exit to desktop, okay. So I'm just going to exit to my dashboard, click on apply, click on leave, and that is it. Now to be able to create our footer also, what we need to do is go to appearance over here and then click on Elementor header and footer builder. Now we've created our header. What the next step is to create our footer. So we're going to click on add new over here, and then we'll say this is what main footer, and then over here we're going to select footer, okay. So we're going to select footer over here, and then where do we want it to display? We want to display it on the entire website, and then the user role also, we want it to all users. And then what we need to do is to just click on publish over here. All right, so if you go over here, this is the footer that we have. If we refresh it, let's see the footer that comes. So as you can see, the footer is gone because there is nothing over there, okay. So we don't have any footer. So what we need to do is to create our footer using the same skill we use in creating the header. That is Elementor, edit with Elementor. So we're going to click on edit with Elementor to be able to create our footer. All right guys, so this is the footer that we are looking at. This particular one over here is the footer that we are looking at. So as you can see over here, we have just this one over here. Now this top one that you see, the design that you see over here, is basically not part of the footer. It is part of this last section over here, okay. This last section over here. Now I used mountains, okay. If you use Elementor, you know what I'm talking about. I use mountains to design the bottom section this way, so that it will match with this footer over here, and then it will look like there are some mountains over here which is part of the footer but not part of the footer, okay. So that is what basically how I did it, but I'm going to show you how to create all of them so that if you need the same design, you can be able to do it yourself. So the footer is divided into the bottom footer and then the top row over here, which have three columns, okay. So we have 1, 2, and then 3. Now it is very simple to design, so let's go straight to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to design this one first, and then we add this one to it. So it's going to be basically I'm I'm going to pick this two over here, two columns over here, and then I'll divide it into, I'll duplicate this one so that I'm going to get 1 2 3. Okay, so as you can see over here, we'll get 1 2 3. Now if you look at it, this one's are smaller and this one is what is bigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to go click on this particular one over here. Let me look at this one also, and let me look at this one also. Okay, so all of them are what 50-50. So what I want to do is I want to just delete this one first. I'll click over here and then choose this particular one over here. Okay, now I can be able to just use a container over here, this one, drag this container into this, and then duplicate it twice to get 3 different containers. So 1 2 3. Now I want them to be on row, okay, on a horizontal row. So what I want to do is I'll click over here, and then instead of the column, I'll click on this horizontal row. So as you can see, we have 1 2 3. Okay, now like I told you, I want to just make sure that this one is bigger than all of them. So I'm going to give this one 60 and give this one 20. So to do that, I'll change this one from box to full width and then give this one 60. Okay, I'm also going to go over here, click over here, change this one from box to full width, then give this one 20. So I'm going to give it 20. Go over here also, change this one from box to full width and give it what, also 20. So as you can see, it's going to be something like this. So it's still not this one is too big. Okay, so then we can make this one like let's say a 40. Okay, and make this one's 30. So this one will be 3 and this one will also be 3. All right, so I think this one is quite okay. Now we can click over here and even change this one from to a minimum height. So let's say I want to give it like minimum height of 500, or 500 is too much, so I'm going to give it like a 400. All right, so let's say 300. All right, so 300 is quite okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, come to advanced, and then give it top and bottom pattern. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to give it okay, so let me give it all around pattern of, let's say 20. Okay, so I'm going to give it an all around pattern of 20. Okay, so that there will be space at the top and there will be space at the bottom. So with this one also, I'll give it the top to be 50 and the bottom also to be, let's say 50. Okay, so basically this is quite okay. Now I'll go to style, and then I'm going to go to background type. I choose the classic background type, and then I'll just change this one to our color that we are using. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so now what are we going to do is we're going to just we have the top part over here and we want the bottom part also. Okay, so what we will do is we just create a 1 column over here. So I'm going to pick this one and then choose this particular one. So just like that, and then also go to a style, go to classic, choose classic, and then just paste this one over here. So we're going to have something like this. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm just going to copy paste this ones over here. So I'm going to have an image over here, a text over here, and then these icons over here. Okay, so basically I'll click in this one, drag okay, I'm going to drag in 3 different containers. So let me just delete this one. I'm going to drag in 3 different containers. So first container will go here, and then I'll duplicate this one twice. Also duplicate this one, I'll duplicate it like twice, so it's going to be something like this, so that I can put my image over here. Okay, so my image or my logo, site logo, will come over here. So I can put this one over here, click on this one, and then I'll just put my logo over here. So as you can see, this is the logo. Now over here I'm going to put the text, so I'm going to just drag in a text editor over here. Okay, so something like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and then style it. I'm going to change this one to white. Okay, so as you can see over here, you can style it anyhow you want it. I just want you to know that, you know, the whole thing, how it's going to be like. Okay, so the text and other things is not really needed. And then over here, what I will do is I will just search for social icons and drag them over here. All right, so this is how it's going to be like. So I can add, you know, a couple of ones over here. So I change this icon and then just look for LinkedIn and then just, you know, add it to it. I'm going to add another one like Instagram. So just click on this one and then add it to. So as you can see, I have this ones over here. Now of course you can link all of them. Okay, I'm not going to do that. You can add your social links to all of them. I'm not going to do that. So I'll go over here and then you can choose if you want official color. Fine. If you want a custom color, you can choose it. So you have the primary and secondary. Play around it and know which one is the primary and which one is the secondary. Okay, so you can play around it and then you see. So I'm going to just use this one for this one and come over here and then choose this one. So as you can see, you're going to get something like this. Now with this one also, you can also play around it. Okay, so I'm just going to make it like you know, maybe 20. Okay, and then you can decide to give it a padding or anyhow you want it. Also the gaps, you can decide to either increase it or decrease it. Okay, so it depends on what. And then also the spacing over here, you can also decide to increase or decrease it. So you can do anything that you want to do with it. If you come over here, if you don't want it to be in the middle and you want it to be this side, you can also put it this side. But if you want it to be in the middle, you can of course do so. Okay, all depends on you. So if you go over here, you can also put this one in the middle. Okay, the same thing applies to this one. You can also put it in the middle. So basically this is how it's going to it's going to be like. Okay, if you look over here, it is not in the middle. They are all aligned to the left side. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to align all of them to the left side. Now let's see. Now if you you know, click on this one. Now let's you know, start this one first. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to let me just bring in LinkedIn over here. Now go to style over here. Now the primary color over here, I'm going to make it transparent or just off at all. And then come over here and then just give this one, you know, that whitish color. Okay, like this, so that it will just have the icons, not any border or something around it. And then you can increase the size to any size that you want. Now I can go to the content over here, then put it on this side. The same thing applies to this one. I can go over here and then put it on the left side. Same thing applies to this one. I can go over here and put it on the left side. So basically it's going to be something like this. If you think the spacing is too much, of course you can you know, reduce the spacing. Okay, so when you click on this one, you can come over here and then just remove the spacing from it. Okay, and you're gonna have a very nice, you know, something. So we are done with this first side. Now with this particular side, if you look at how it's positioned over here, we have the header, and then we have other things, you know, aligned to, or other menus aligned to it. Now what we did was also we can just either use containers, or we can just, you know, create it as it is. So I'm going to drag in a header widget over here, and then with this header widget, now since I use containers for all of them, I'm going to use containers also for all of them. So I'm going to delete this one and then drag in a header over here, a container over here, and then duplicate the container to be 2. Okay, so I want it to be like 2 containers. Now this one will contain the header. Okay, so I'm just going to drag in the heading widget over here, and I'll say school. I think that is how it says. So yeah, it's school. And then with the school, we have the about us and all those things over there. So I'm going to change the color to white. You can change, you know, the text and all those things. You can change it to any kind of text that you feel is good for you. So I'm going to go to with Poppins, and then I'll say I'll choose 35 as the heading. And then over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a list. So I'm just searching for this list. Okay, so I'm going to use the list icon. So I'm going to just drag in the list icon over here. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove all of them, remove this one, delete this one. Okay, now I'll just enter the name. So this is what we have: about us, facility, gallery, and then event. So about us. Okay, I can duplicate it and then say facilities, and then I'll say galleries or gallery, and then last one is events. All right, so basically this is how it's gonna be like. Okay, so we can go ahead and style it. So you can just create spaces between if you want. You can position it in the middle, you can position it over here, you can, you know, do anything that you want to do about it. You can even give it a divider, okay, if that is what you want. And then you can also style icon if there is an icon. Now let's go to the text itself. So you can choose a typography that you want for it, the size and all those things. You can do it over here. So I'm going to say maybe 17. Okay, and then the color of the text, I'm going to just make it something like this. Okay, and then you know, if I think it's okay for me, of course I'll just leave it as it is, just like this one, and it'll be fine for me. Now I'll do same over here. Okay, so I can just either duplicate this particular one, just duplicate this one, and then just delete this one. So if you want to create more than 3 columns, you can do so. So here will be you know, get help. Okay, so here will be something like get help. So I think this one is too big. Okay, the header is too big, so I'm just going to change it to, like, let's say 28. Yeah, 28 is quite okay. So I'm going to do same for this place also. So let's go over here and then say 28. All right, so basically we will have something like this, and then over here you can also add your other links that you want to add. So register, admission, contact us, and then terms and privacy. So this one will be what? Register. This one will be admissions, and then this one will be what is it? Contact us, and then we have terms and privacy. Now note that you see that we haven't added any links to it. You can do so by just clicking on it over here, and then underneath you see that there is paste link or type over here. So if I want, let's say, terms and privacy, and I have that page set up, I can be able to just type in. So let's say, let's go over here, okay, and then I want to show you. So let's say we want about us. So if I come over here and I just type in about, and if I have the about us page, you see that the about page comes over. I can link it to it, okay, and that is it. If there's facilities also, if I type in facility, the page will drop down, and then I'll just choose that particular page. So that is it. So we have this this one set up. Now now if you look over here, there is this line and this line also over here. Now we can do same over here by using this the how do you call it, the container over here. So we want to edit this particular main container that houses these two containers. So if we go to style over here, we can see the border option over here. I want to give a border, so a solid border, and then with that solid border I want to give just the left side of one, okay, and the color should be let's say white. Let me just say white. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, this is how it's going to be like, and basically I think it's okay. So you can click over here and even give it what a spacing, so that it wouldn't be just near the what the two containers over here that houses the school and the about the menus would not be near the line over here. So we can just undo the padding over here, okay, and then what we're going to do is on the left side we can give it a padding of, let's say, 50 to be able to get far away from it. So we can just, let me just make it like a 40, and then on the top we can just give it its regular 20 for it. We can do same for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one, come over here, and then click on paste style. So we're going to click on paste style, and as you can see we have these two things set up over here, and voila, we have everything that we need. So to get spacing very well, we can click on this one over here and then go to its layout and then scroll down, and then instead of 20 we can even increase it to, let's say, 40, okay, so that there will be much spacing between. So as you can see we have this much space that we can deal with. So now that we have this one done, now we can focus on this particular one. So over here it is just this copyright item over here, and then powered by. So I'm just going to come over here and then just drag in either a heading or a text widget, okay, so depending on how you want to. So let me just take a text widget over here, and then we can just paste it over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here, click on this one, go to how do you call it, the layout, and then I'm going to center it, okay, making it like this. Now go to the advanced over here, and then I'm going to give it a padding of 20, okay, so it's going to have an all-round padding of 20, so that there'll be a top and then bottom, or you can even remove the right and left padding from it, so that it will just remain the top and bottom. Now over here I can click on this one, go to a style, change this one to white, okay, so it's gonna be like this. Now if you look over here, we have a line over here, we can also have that line. So I'll click on this edit container, go to style over here, scroll down, click on border, click on the default, and then change it to solid, and then unlink the padding over here and then give it a top border of 1, and then the color should be let's say white. All right, so now I think everything is done. So as you can see, we have our footer also set up. Okay, our footer is also done for us. So as you can see, this is our footer, and we can be able to use it on the website. Now let's update it. All right, so if you come over here and we click on refresh, our footer is supposed to be working for us. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is how the footer also looks like. Everything is working perfectly well. So if you want to change, just make it like this, then all what you need to do is to, of course, go to this one, edit it with Elementor, and then come over here, and then you change the background color and you change everything. So we'll do so, but let's finish with the footer first. Now that we have our footer to be to be set, we have to change it to mobile side also. So what we have to do is just click on responsive over here, and then click on the tablet. The tablet, I think, is okay. There is nothing to be done over here. Now let's go to the mobile side. As you can see, because we use containers to create it, it is still responsive on the mobile side. But if you want to do something about it, you can still do something about it. So for instance, I still want this one to be on a straight line, so I can go ahead and then just reduce the size if I want to. Okay, and I get it the way I want it. Now I can also reduce the spacing if I want to. Okay, now over here I want the line not to be here but to be on top. Okay, so I can also do same. So what I will do is click on the edit icon over here, go to style over here, go to border, and then unlink this one and then change it to the top. Okay, now do same over here, click on this particular one, go to style, go to border, and then you unlink this one and then you change it to the top. And if you want everything to be in the middle, then of course we will just put everything in the middle. This one also should be in the middle. This particular one also, let's go to its content and then align it in the middle. Now the same thing applies to this one also. We go to its content, we align it in the middle, come over here. What we're going to do is we go to style, then we put this one also in the middle. Now don't worry about this place, we'll fix it. Okay, we can fix it by clicking over here, go to advanced, and then unlink all the pattern. And as you can see, we can just give this one 20. Okay, to give it that space over there. Do same for this particular one also. So we can just click over here, copy this one, come over here, paste style. All right, so we can click over here, come to content, put it in the middle, click over here, come to style, place it in the middle, align it in the middle. The same one also applies to this particular one, align it in the middle. And as you can see, guys, we are good to go. Everything is mobile responsive. So now we are done with the footer. The only thing we want to do is the design at the bottom before the footer. Okay, so make sure you update it, and then let's exit. Okay, we're going to exit this particular one, and then we want to edit the home page. So we're going to edit the home page. Okay, Oh, okay. So what we will do is we just edit the home page as it is, because this was created using blog editor. So as you can see, it was using blog editor. So we can just we can't do the style that we want to do unless we use Elementor. All right, guys. So if you want to have the same style over here, now make sure that your website was designed using Elementor. Okay, so as you can see, this one was designed using blog editor, so I can't do that kind of style over here. But then of course our footer and header that we wanted to do, we've done it. So guys, to be able to make the footer design that I was talking about work, I've created a page, and then I'm going to just use Elementor to design the design over there, so that you guys will have a fair idea of what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create some design over here, and then you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to just create a container like this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and then just drag in something in, and then later on I'll use the beneath to design the design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this place over here, and then drag in an image widget in it. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything special. I'm just going to duplicate this one so that it's going to be like a page with images. Now this is where I'm going to do the design, so I'm going to just click, so it will be the last section of the page. So I'm going to click this one and then use this particular one over here. So if you look at this design, let's take a look at the design that we are talking about. All right, guys, so as you can see over here, so I'm going to just use this particular place to design what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this one, use a 3-column kind of like a design. So I'm going to choose this particular one over here, and then over here I'll use any icon that I want. This is a GIF icon. So and then I have a header and then some text over here, and then this enroll now button. Now the main focus is on this one, so this one is not really, just want you to know how I can be able to create it. So what I would do is I'm just going to put something over here. So I'm just going to just bring some image over here, and then come over here and also just bring some heading, and then also a text, okay, text editor over here. And then this place is going to be a button, so just a button. I'm going to drag in this particular button over here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to position it, all of them in the middle. So I'll click over here and then go to layout over here, and then go to center. Yes, so that it will be something like this. And also center all of them also like this. So basically this is quite good. So I'll go to it, advanced over here, and then give it like a padding or something, or I can go to the layout side and then give it a minimum height of let's say 400. Okay, so basically this one is quite okay. And then I'll come over here and then give it a space of 20 for all of them. Okay, so that there'll be spaces over here. So now the next step we're going to do is to click over here, go to style over here, go to style, and then go to shape divider. Okay, so I'm going to go to shape divider, and then you see we have top and bottom. We're going to use the bottom one, and then click over here, and then what we are going to do is we're going to use mountains. So this is the divider, and it's supposed to be mountains. Now the color, that is where we're going to pick our the violet color that we use for our design. So we're going to change this one to this violet. So basically this is how it's going to be like. But as you can see, the width and height is not really working, so we can just increase the width and height over here. And why is it not working? I'm just going to see why it's not working over here. Okay, so I'm going to bring to front and flip it and see. It's still not working. I don't know why it's not working, but I'm going to check it and see why the shape divider is not working. Now let me go over here and see if this one will work for the shape divider. So let me go over here and go to this place. Go to shape divider, go to bottom over here, click on this one, and then let me just use the mountains over here. So this one too is not working. So guys, I think there's some glitch somewhere else, but let me just update this one and see. Oh, okay, so I've lost connection to my internet, so I just need to reconnect again. I don't know why my internet went away. Alright guys, so let me just update this one and see. I've now reconnected to my internet. Let me update this one and see. And then I'm going to go to the page that I created. Then, you know, just type in test 2. See if okay guys, so as you can see, the design is what is perfectly working over here. So all what we need to do is to just you know, just refresh this one and then make sure that we see the live editing mode over here so that we can be able to edit it the way we want it, you know. All right, so let's scroll over here, and this is how the design looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just click on this 6 dots over here, go to style, okay, and then we're going to go to shape divider. So like I told you, we're going to use the bottom shape divider, change it to the type, which is mountain, and then you can go ahead and then increase the height anyhow you want it. Okay, so as you can see, the more you increase the height, the more you know, it becomes nicely done. So you can just change this one if you want to, or flip it this way if you want to. Okay, so the width, you can also decide to either increase it or decrease it, and then just increase the height anyhow you want it. Now we can also go ahead and then, you know, just go to advanced over here, then increase the you know, the top and bottom padding. Okay, so we can just increase the top and bottom padding. So let me just you know, just remove this one and make it like this, so that we're gonna have the items in it centered in the middle, and then the bottom will be just like this. So I'm going to just click on update, and then if I go over here and then I refresh it, you're going to see that I'm going to have that nicely designed over here. So guys, this is how you can be able to, you know, do this kind of like a footer for your website. Basically, I think this is it. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Let's grow together. We want to hit 10,000 before the year ends. Please, let's double up, share the video, share the content, so that a lot of people will also be able to benefit from what we are providing for free over here. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. My name is Kobe. Bye bye.